man, the landlord of One Chance, One Life TV.
Welcome to One Chance, One Life TV. I got Bobby Washington with me today, the Miami Killian great, one of the best running backs to ever come out of Dade County, hands down. What's going on, homie?
Everything good, man. Day by day, man. Everything good. Training these kids.
Yeah, for sure. First off, not too long ago, you lost an important family member. So we got to start this interview out by saying rest in peace to Big Joe.
Most definitely, man. We got to give a shout out to him, the leader of the game. You know what I mean? Our spokesman, our leader, good person, man. Great person. Miss him a lot.
For sure. So how hard has it been for you and the family dealing with that loss?
It's been real hard on us, man. My mom, my sisters, the family, extended family, down the line, everybody miss him because he was just a big part of the family. He kept us going. He kept my head up, most importantly. He kept them boys' head up, and he stayed on us. So, we miss him a lot. We miss that. So now I got to replace that. So, I try to do what I can, and keep everybody up, keep everybody solid, check on my mama from time to time, make sure she good. You know what I mean? But, in the most part, everybody good.
Right. And Joe was not your biological father, but stepped up and helped raise you to be the man you are today. What's one of the biggest things you would say Joe taught you about being a father?
Just being there, man. The most important thing, he taught me how to work. You know what I mean? So that really got my life going right now, because, I just don't lay down. I keep going. I'm always finding different things to do. I always got, different projects I got up in my mind, and I just try to, keep it going. But for the most part, that's my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So, he been there, that's all I know. So, that's how I go.
Right, for sure. So starting from the beginning, what was childhood like for you growing up in Richmond Heights?
It started, with my grandma, she passed away. Then, with my mom, and, it was hard. It was real hard for us, in the beginning. My dad was working, at the graveyard. Everybody knew in Richmond High he was working at the graveyard, so, he wasn't really generating no paper like that. But, we stayed afloat. We worked hard. My mama worked hard. She did what she do. He did what he did. Then later on down the line, he got on with the county. You know what I'm saying? Then we wound up getting our first house on Jackson Street. So once we did that, everything went uphill. You know what I mean? So we was all together. We was all one, and we just got better as a family.
Right. What was it like growing up in a house with a lot of sisters and only one younger brother?
Oh, man, it taught me a lot, man. It taught me about everything, man. About, sometimes, how to talk to women, how to be around them. You know what I'm saying? How to, clean up behind them, how to help them clean up. There's a lot of stuff it taught me. You know what I mean? My older sister, Tennille, Heather, they watched me a lot. You know what I mean? They almost, raised me. You know what I mean? My Uncle Arthur, you know what I'm saying? So he was there. So he played a big part of my life, too. Another male figure that I had, growing up. But being with my sister, they taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? They kept me right. They always cared about me because I was a little brother until my other brother came. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? But it was all good, man. It taught me, to appreciate women, you know what I'm saying, while they in your life.
Right. At what age would you say you first fell in love with football?
At a younger age, probably around about 9. When I was, 4 or 5 years old, I didn't really know what was going on. I was just doing it because that's what my dad was teaching me.
Right.
So I was really just out there, but I ain't really started liking it, like going to practice, liking it until I got about 9 or 10 years old. Because I went to, meeting different friends, meeting different people, out there playing football, stuff like that. So it kept me busy. You know what I mean? But I liked it growing up. You know what I mean? It was a good age, around about 8, 9 years old.
Right. When you first picked up a football, did you think you would go on to be one of Dade County's best running backs?
Nah, actually, man, it's crazy because we was talking about it the other day. Me and Noonie and Javon, and we was on Colonial Park. We was talking about it the other day. I actually was like a blocker, man, and played defensive line, played offensive line. You know what I mean? So I never really thought about it. I always wanted to do it, But every time I go ask a coach, I go ask Omar on Richmond Park, or McPhee, or Cooper, and all the other coaches, Burnside, they tell me, nah. You gonna go on the old line, defensive line, you just gonna block. So I'm like, damn, man, I ain't gonna never get a chance. You know what I mean? So I ain't never get that, I ain't never get that break. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never get that break until one time I just, I finally went to playing flag football. We had this thing in Richmond High where we had this flag football thing going on. So that's when I went to kind of sneaking into it. Like, I had done started watching everybody. I was watching Daylon. I was watching all them boys, Travis Glassford, Span, all them Cheerio, KK, all them boys. I was watching them. Just watching them, just taking their talent. As I watched them, I was taking something from them. You know what I'm saying? The soft hands, the way they juke, the way they move, the way they talk to the girls. You know what I'm saying? I just took it from them. I just took the game from them and just put it all in my game. You know what I mean? And when I got the ball, I said, man, I'm going to do it. You feel me? When I got that bitch, man, it was over with.
Yeah, for sure. Starting out at Richmond Park, share with me some of your most favorite memories from your Optimist football days.
My favorite memories, man, was just dominating people, man. Cause when I played on Richmond Park, that was like my last year 140s, that was like 98, 99, something like that, 98, 97, 98. Just dominating, man, with the guys on defense, man. Just flying around, just hitting, man. It was crazy that, that we couldn't win the championship because something happened with the play, so that's here nor there. But, that's the part I really embrace, you know what I'm saying, the guys and everybody who I played with.
Yeah. Your first year of high school, you went to Archbishop Carroll and started as a ninth grader. Speak on that experience for me.
I started with flag once again. One of these coaches wound up asking me, do I want to play on the flag team? So I was like, yeah, I'll go out there. And I wasn't doing nothing. I was just staying home. So I was just like, well, let me go out there and see what's up. So I go out there and all the coaches is police officers. So when I go out there, those are the same coaches that was at ABC coaching too. So when I went out there and displayed all my talent and stuff, they was like, man, this kid good. So they was like, man, they came to my house. They took me home in a police car. So when they took me home in the police car, my mama thought it was something wrong because normally I was being bad anyway. So she would thought like, man, what he done did? So when they brought me home, he got out like, hey man, your son, you good in football. I want to come out, travel to private school. ABC wasn't even open yet.
Right.
They had done just built the school. So I was like the first black person in the school.
Right.
So when I went there, they gave me an opportunity and I took it from there, man. I rushed for like 1,000 and some yards and like 15 touchdowns.
Yeah.
As a freshman, so it worked out for me, man.
Right. After having a successful ninth grade year, what led to you transferring to Miami Killian Senior High?
I was gonna go to Killian out the gate, but they had Miller over there, Coach Miller, and I heard too many stories about him having like situations with kids going to school and the grades, and I was like, nah, I ain't messing with Killian right now. They got to get another coach. So I was like, man, I'm gonna go to ABC. So when I did that year, then I heard Billy Rowe was coming. So I was like, hey, boy, I might go to that K now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Billy Rowe used to come to our games on Richmond Park. So he used to watch in the corner. So I always used to see him. So that kind of made me play harder too. You know what I mean? Because I really did want to play for Killian because I used to watch Bernard Williams, you know what I'm saying, City Ben, Kelsey, you know what I mean, Lloyd. I used to watch them boys run the ball. So I kind of like looked up to them boys a little bit. So then what happened after that was I was like, okay. He came to my house. Billy Rowe came to my house. He talked to my mama, and she was like, well, if you got him, you got him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he was like, I got him. Don't worry about it. Everything gonna be good. I'm gonna make sure you good. See, it was a history after that.
Right. So once you decided to transfer to Killian, break it down to me the process of how you were accepted by your new coaches and teammates.
It was hard though. When I first got to Killian, it was hard. I had to prove myself. I played with Stephen Tellett, Miguel Scott, Kennard Cox, Jamil Brady. You know what I mean? A lot of guys who went big time. Demetrius Morley, Barry Pender, you know what I mean? Them boys is tough on defense, you know what I mean? And they was hitting, man. So, like, when I first got out there, man, I was like, dang, you know, it's kind of fast, you know what I mean? It's kind of fast. Like, them boys really, like, flying around, like, hitting, like in particular, Steven Teller, he was a beast. So, it was like, damn, I got to go against him every day. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, okay, all right. So, I had to mentally change myself. And mentally get prepared to go against this guy every day. So that's what kind of made me like, man, the other people is just, they nothing.
Right.
I go against the best in practice every day.
Right.
So I'm like, nah, this ain't nothing. So it was tough, but it was good. The transformation was good.
Right. In the process of you becoming a great high school athlete, you also became a father and had your first child, which was your daughter, correct?
Right. My daughter is 20, and she's in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing pretty good for herself. You know what I mean? She's beautiful. You know what I mean? So, you know, she's a good baby, man. You know, it was good. You know, seeing her grow up and become what she is right now.
Right. At that time, though, being a child, having a child, how did you process that situation mentally?
It was hard. You know, her mom did a good job. Doing what she had to do. You know what I mean? And it all worked out how I supposed to. You know, she wound up, moving with me. You know what I mean? Later on in her life. So it all worked out, man. You know, it worked out for good. You know, she is the person who she is. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure. Your senior year, you rushed for 2,132 yards and 21 touchdowns and earned All-American honors. Elaborate on that feeling for me.
It was good, man. You know, everything is like a blur. When you playing on that high level like that, it's like a blur. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't really like accept like what was really going on. I was just kind of laid back, kind of like, yeah. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't really think none of it. Like, it was really just a blessing. Like, to me, that's how I thought about it. You know, I was a little cocky, you know what I'm saying? But I was like cocky, not cocky towards my friends and nothing like that, but cocky in a way like, man, I'm gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it was good, man. It was good.
In 2003, you became the all-time leading rusher in Miami-Dade County history with 5,695 yards, breaking Frank Gore's record at that time. What did that mean to you?
Actually, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
To be honest. I never kept up with game stats. I never looked in the newspaper. I never did it because, like, I just felt like I was supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I never really cared about the honors and other stuff like that. You know, I just carried myself as I was that dude. I didn't really go in the newspaper. I ain't really check. I was a good friend to my friends. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no butt, no asshole, nothing like that. I was never that. So, it really just rolled off of me. You know what I mean? I really went to seeing it as my senior year, I went to California. When I went to Cali, that's when I really seen like, dang, I'm really that dude, because somebody actually asked me in California like to sign a jersey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, dang, you well in Cali, you know who I am?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah. So it was big to me because everybody kind of knew me, but in Cali,
yeah,
that's across the world, bro, on the other side. So
sure.
I'm like, dang, that was big. That really woke me up. Like, boy, I am somebody. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like, that was amazing.
Yeah. You were also the first player in Miami-Dade County history to be named first team all-county all 4 years. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. From my freshman year from the ABC, then 3 other years at Killian.
Yeah. You were rated the nation's second best running back recruit behind Adrian Peterson, correct?
Right. Then Marshawn Lynch. I forgot who was the fourth. Charlie Jones was like the fourth. I think the fourth or the fifth, one of them.
Right.
But I was the second. That's correct.
Yeah. Your last high school game was in the Orange Bowl against Carol City in the front of approximately 20,000 people. You ran for 153 yards and had 2 fumbles, and your school lost 3-0. What do you remember the most about that game?
That still hurt. That still hurt because, for one, it was freezing that night. It was maybe 38, 40 degrees that night. And then we inside the Orange Bowl where the wind stay inside there. It ain't breezing nowhere. It's all in the inside. So it was rough. A good Cash City team. That was pretty good. You know what I mean? But I most remember me fumbling that ball, man. You know what I mean? Let my team down because I had carried us to that point. You know what I mean? So it's other stuff, other moves that I could have did to score touchdowns on that play that I fumbled the ball, and I didn't do it. You know what I mean? Because I was cold. I was just worrying about the cold, my hand, and my fingers was hurting. You know what I mean? So it was just a tough night, but it was all good. Big ups to Cash City, man, on winning state championship that year.
Yeah. So playing against linebacker Willie Williams and safety Kenny Phillips that night, what kind of impact would you say they provided for their team's defense?
Oh, they swung around, man. Willie really did his thing, man. He was a big part of their defense. Kenny Phillips was also, but by the time I got to Kenny, I was already tackled, man. You know what I mean? So me and him bumped heads with each other one time on the sideline, and I had the ball in the inside instead of on the outside. You know what I mean? So when we hit, he kind of hit the ball a little bit and it came out on the sideline. It was their night. All the balls rolled. You know what I mean? They way. You know what I mean? So, it was just, it was just a thing for them. Congratulations on them. Big ups to them, man.
Yeah. Out of all the offers, you chose the University of Miami. But due to complications with your test scores, you ended up being not accepted and decided to go to NC State, correct?
Right. I took my own test. I'm glad this aired out so I can go ahead and just get this off. So I took two tests. I took the ACT and the SAT and the ACT. Those are two different tests. So really you can't flag anyone for taking two different tests. So one, I took the test. My counselor read it to me inside the school. So I wound up taking that test inside the school, and my counselor read it to me. The SAT I took at Homestead. I scored a 750. I scored a 750 on it. When I took the ACT, I scored like 1100. But it was two different tests. So when Miami got wind of it, they heard some rumors going on that somebody took a test for me or something like that. Somebody tried to take a test for me, which is false. That never happened. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even do their homework on it. They ain't even really investigated and find out more about it. They didn't call me and say, hey man, somebody said this, da da da. So they waited till the day that I had to go to admit myself inside Miami. They brought that up. You know what I mean? So that was like a shocker. That really kind of messed my world. If nothing messed me up mentally, that did. You know what I mean? Because I felt like I committed to y'all since I was a sophomore. Y'all offered me since I was a sophomore. So I committed to y'all. Y'all, that's the loyalty that y'all supposed to show me by fighting for me and get me inside the school. You get what I'm saying? So they ain't much fight. You know what I mean? Larry Coker ain't much fight for me. So I was really mad about that. So I wound up transferring, out of there. So,
Yeah, I appreciate you for airing that out. Because me being from the neighborhood, I done heard so many different stories. I wanted to hear the correct story from the horse's mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Your first time getting off the plane to attend NC State. Break down that atmosphere for me.
I was mad the whole time on the plane. You know what I mean? I never wanted to be in North Carolina State. You know what I mean? My mom was like, you should go there. All your friends at Killian, they there. So I was like, man, you know what? That would stop me from going to all the other schools. You know what I mean? I wasn't even going to go to NC State. I was probably going to go somewhere like Iowa or some, who going to give me the ball. Penn State. I liked the Penn State at that time. So I was thinking about going there. You know what I mean? So, but when she said, I was like, yeah, all right. I really ain't care that no more. You know what I mean? I really ain't care. But my time at NC State, man, it was nice. I met a lot of people, met some new friends, you know what I mean? Met a couple guys, my roommates, great guys, great dads now. They got kids playing college football, going to college. Just like my son. We had kids around the same time.
Right.
So it was all good, man. I got screwed around at NC State. You know what I mean? Openly the best running back that was there. You know, the whole team they used to tell the guy at running back. It was just this thing that I don't know what was going on back there. That, you know, I had a coach later on down the line call me and like, hey man, you know, it was out my hands. I couldn't say nothing, do nothing, you know what I mean? You know, it's what the head coach wanted, you know what I mean, at the time. So you know, like y'all really played with my life for 2 years. You know what I mean? Knowing that I'm the best running back, knowing that I'm supposed to be playing, you know what I mean? Knowing that I'm supposed to be getting the ball, knowing it's supposed to be my show, y'all play on me because you got hometown kids that y'all recruiting. Y'all going to get these kids. And, you know, I want to elaborate about that too, you know, to reach out to the younger guys, man. Stop going to these out-of-town schools, man. You know what I mean? Because some have good interests and some don't, man. You know what I mean? What I like to say is because at home, they're going to fight for you, man. So if you go to Florida State, Miami, FAU, FIU, they're going to fight for you because you hometown. You get what I'm saying? They're going to make a way for you because they got to recruit them other guys. Right. So they can't make it seem like they not giving you an opportunity because how you going to recruit the other guys that's coming up? They're going to be like, nah, I ain't coming there because you ain't get a such a chance. You get what I'm saying? So now when you go out of state and you go to these other schools, they got recruiters that are recruiting in their state.
Right.
So they recruiting their guys. You get what I'm saying? So when they guys get there, you can play. But if you do one wrong thing, man, it might be over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna have 2-3 times to do the wrong thing if you go out of state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's free game for on
It's
now.
free game, you know what I mean? So, and then I got one more thing I want to say about that too. The kids, a lot of these kids, okay, I'm gonna give y'all the breakdown. I got a kid, you know, some of these kids, they call me all the time and ask for help. Not help with training. They want me to talk to their coaches. But when everybody was here, they was here. They was here now. Hey, you this and you that and they posted them on the Down South Sport page and they they all that. But then when they go to school, nobody don't reach out to them. Nobody ain't helping them. Nobody don't know the process. So they get in contact with me. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? I need help, my coach. You going to these lower D1s. So you lose, you get lost in the shuffle. So when you get lost in the shuffle, now you don't even want to go to school no more.
Right.
Now you done start toting the pistols now. Now you done start carrying the gun now because you feel like you ain't got no hope. Nobody don't care no more. That's why it's important that you stay home.
And get all the support you can
Your
get.
mama got to get on them.
Yeah.
They got to get on them. She calling, but she don't know what's really going on. Them coaches that was saying they was there for them, they got to keep being there for them. If they ain't gonna keep being there for them, don't even must send them over there.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah. So as a senior at Eastern Kentucky, you rushed for 1,500 yards, then go undrafted in the NFL draft. Explain the feeling at that moment for me.
Okay, it's a story with that too, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I want it all, man, because, you know, I feel like your story, you know what I'm saying, you gonna open up a lot of kids' eyes, man.
Okay, one day, it's about 4 days before the draft, I got my phone on me. Me, a guy named Travis, Eric, and Winkfield. We go to the mall. I got my draft phone on me. So, you know, they get your number. They get your phone number, all the teams. So I wound up giving my number to Philadelphia, Arizona, the Dolphins. Those like in St. Louis. Those were like the 4 teams that was really like into me. So they was calling, asking me questions, how I was doing, whatever like that. So, okay, whatever. So like, it got like 3 days before the draft. So the guys that I named, we go to the mall, we sit down, we eat. Next thing you know, when I get up to go dump my food in the garbage, I come back, my phone gone. This the phone that the team's gonna call.
Dang.
They don't have no other numbers. This the only number that they have. Unless they gonna call my agent. But once they call you, this is what they want to talk to. They ain't not gonna be calling your agent. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know what happened. I don't know who called. I don't know who did what. You get what I'm saying? So I had a new number. So I had to reach back to all these teams 2 days before the draft and get my number to these people. So I wound up. So that was it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Yeah. Now that you are older, when you look back, do you have any regrets with the decisions you made in your attempt to become an NFL player?
Yeah. I stopped working. When I got up to the next level, I stopped going hard. You know what I mean? You know, I thought I was just better. And that wasn't the case. I was better, but the work ethic that I had in high school, I wasn't displaying that in college. You know what I'm saying? I was lacking. Drinking, going out, worrying about females, coming home, you know what I'm saying? Doing stuff I ain't had no business doing. You know what I mean? And the guys who didn't do that, they made it. And they wasn't even half of the talent that I was.
Right.
And they made it because they stayed focused. They did what they had to do. I was all over the place. You know what I mean? My mind was all over the place. I was doing what I want to do. You know what I mean? So, you know, I woo that. So
Right.
It's all good.
So once you decided that your NFL dreams were over, what were your next steps when it came down to what you were going to do with your life?
I need to get me a job, man. You know what I mean? That was my whole thing. You know, I went through that phase of, for about 3-4 months. Went through the phase of being down on myself and, stuff like that. But, reality got to come in, man. You got to work. You got to get you a job, man. You got to find things to do with your life. You know what I mean? I'm 4, 5, 6 years behind. Everybody 4, 5, 6 years ahead. So I got to catch up. You know what I mean? I'm still playing catch up. I ain't where I want to be at right now. I could have been way more places if I just say, man, I ain't doing none of that stuff. I'm just going to get on, chase my career, do what I got to do. I could have been where I'm at now, been in another position so I can help more people.
Right. Once realizing your NFL dreams were completely over, did you ever battle depression?
Nah. I was too strong for that. Too mentally strong for that. My family, we've been through too much for me to break like that. You know what I mean? I wasn't raised like that. So that was a big us to, Miss Leslie and my grandma and my uncles and auntie, my sister. We weren't rocking like that.
Right.
Going crazy, nah, we weren't doing none of that. You know what I mean? You just gotta fight. You gotta be strong. You gotta keep going on, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people go through mental depression. A lot of people can't take not making it. You know what I mean? So, but nah, I wasn't going out like that.
Yeah. So how old were you when you had your twin boys, Bobby and Robbie?
Oh man, it was crazy because I wound up having them February 4th, which was signing day back when I was coming out. They signed their baby, so they was born, and when I was signing, they was being born at the same time. Like it was crazy. Like as I'm writing on the paper, like they was pulling them out of her. You know what I mean? So it was, me, JR, and Tyrell, we went to the hospital right after that, and hugged them boys and hold them and and did everything.
Yeah. So you go from dealing with all the fame that came along with being one of the best running backs ever from Dade County to having to forget about football and focus on finding ways to provide for your kids financially. How hard was that for you at that time?
It was hard, man, but it wasn't really hard to me because I had a backbone. I had sisters.
Right.
I had a mother. I had a dad. So the 4 years that I was going chasing my dream, my dad was installing it. You know what I mean? Big Joe was installing that discipline, was installing that work ethic, was installing the manners and all that structure that they needed. You know what I'm saying? Miss Leslie was, my sisters was, they was on them. You get what I'm saying? As their mother, you know what I mean? She was on them. But mostly, my family was really, a big part of, keeping them boys sane, keeping them boys right, keeping them boys focused, making sure they do everything they need to do. You know what I mean? To get to the next level to be like their daddy. So that was the goal for Miss Leslie and Big Joe, was to make them boys capable as I was, you know what I mean, growing up.
Right, that's love there. So when football didn't work out for you, do you feel like some people started treating you differently?
Oh man, yeah, everything changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything changed. The friends changed, the people changed, everything changed. The courtesy changed, everything changed, you know what I mean? But you know, I seen it, just like I tell my sons now. That's the story that I tell my son. You know, they here now. If something go wrong, they ain't gonna be here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just pay attention. You know what I mean? Just look, cause they there. Even family.
Right.
You feel me? Even family. It don't matter. You know what I mean? Even family, even mama, even daddy, even aunties, even brother, even close friend.
Yeah.
Everybody changed. When it don't go right, everything changed. You know what I mean? It get harder. You know what I mean? Everybody get a little more stricter. Everybody get a little more aggressive with you. You know what I mean? So you gotta see it now. You gotta see it early. Who really here for me? You know what I'm saying? Who really love me? You know what I mean? Who really, you know what I mean? Who really been there for me? Who really broke their back for me to get in this position? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
so,
real,
you know,
man.
you go
That's
like
important information for them, man.
that. Yeah.
What are some of your best memories as an athlete?
Just being around, you know, football players.
Yeah.
Other football players. You know, I kind of, you know, miss that a little bit. Just being around football players that we talk about the same thing. So that's what I miss.
Yeah. What advice did you give your sons when it came time to them to pick a college to attend?
They was locked on that Miami thing, man. When they find out the story that I went through and everything like that, you know, they kind of want to kind of stay home and, you know, fulfill that. You know, like, you know, that you ain't doing, so we got it. We gonna do it. You feel me? So we gonna go and make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, man, you know, I ain't really care too much for Miami, to be honest. You know what I mean? Not because of my situation, just because I felt like you will impact now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, all that battling and all that is cool. It make you better and all that. But man, listen, we can play right now.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole view on it. You know what I mean? But
so what school, like, you know, I gotta know, like, personal opinion, like, what school would you have preferred for your sons?
you know, I was screaming Boston College, Penn State. You know what I mean? Like Big 12. You know, Ohio State.
Right.
Iowa, you know, off-brand, but they good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they can go compete, and you could be the center focus, you know what I mean? And they can put everything around you, around y'all, you know what I mean? But, you know, that was like those type of schools that I ain't really care too much. You know, I kind of lean towards Florida State too a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I kind of liked them because, you know, they was there and, you know, they kind of competing. They, you know, they on the rise a little bit. So, like, it won't be a bad program to go to, you know what I mean? But, you know, you gonna have to work extra hard over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But mainly, I just want them to go somewhere where they can see the value in my sons. You get what I'm saying? So they can see that, man, we got to play these people. They do it in Miami. They got to play them, but, you know, it's not a rush.
Right,
You know what I mean? Maybe they don't need to be rushed. I don't know. But I know I want to see them. I don't want to see them on those sidelines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
So,
sure,
you
for
know,
sure.
that's just me being a parent. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Your sister Brittany passed away at a young age to lupus, I believe. How much damage did her death do to the family?
But that was a tough one. That was a tough one, man. You know, we miss her. We lost three tough ones. 3 tough ones. So, you know, I ain't too much, you know, I speak on that. But,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure, man.
but we definitely miss them, though.
Yeah. Do you still keep in contact with any of your former coaches?
Billy Rowe, I always talk to Billy. We always text each other on Facebook and stuff like that. Very important person in my life. I think about Coach DJ. You know, he was my running back coach, real cool dude. T-Dog. You know, he going through his phase right now in life. You know what I mean? I pray for him all the time. I wish he could shake out of it and get back right. But, you know, it's all love, man. You know, I miss him.
Yeah.
I miss all of them. You know, all the coaches, man. That was good to me, you know. So, you know, yeah, I miss him a lot.
Yeah. Out of all your former teammates, name a few of the ones you enjoyed playing with the most.
Steve, I enjoy playing with Steve. Yeah, I enjoy playing with Steve. I ain't gonna lie. Steven Tellett,
Yeah.
man, he wake you up, boy. If you ain't woke, he gonna wake you up. If you sleep, and boy, he gonna wake you up. He gonna make sure you ready? Yeah, you ready? We in practice. He asked you ready? All right, I'm gonna see.
Yeah.
He gonna see too.
Yeah. Do you find time nowadays to always share your story with younger athletes so they can learn from your mistakes?
Not really. I really don't too much talk about my story, you know what I mean? Because, they can't relate, man. They can't really relate because I just really help them.
Right.
I just like to help people, you know what I mean? Like, I like to give them advice, talk to them, let them know what to expect, what to do if something happens, how to conduct themselves. Stop coming back home. Ain't nothing here. If you want to come home, you should have just stayed home in the beginning. You get what I'm saying? You keep coming, oh, my girl, oh, my baby mama, oh, man, they gonna be here.
Yeah, for sure.
When you don't make it, they definitely gonna be here. Cause you gonna be here with them. You know what I mean? So you gotta branch that off and you gotta start focusing on what you trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. About 7 years ago, you added another son to the family, correct?
Yeah, man. Little Aiden. You know what I mean? Aiden Lee Washington, man. He growing. He growing, man. He doing nice things this year. He started off slow. You know what I mean? He started off slow, but he's starting to pick up, man. He getting super faster, more athletic. Like, it's crazy. Like, he growing. Like, he taking a step. Every year he getting better. You know what I mean? Every year he like, the coach will tell, hey, coach, hey, man, I don't know about none of that. You know what I mean? I see it, but I got to see it on the field because I ain't one of them parents like, oh, he do it while he home, so I ain't like that. Is he doing it with the team?
Yeah.
That's when I elaborate on it and be like, okay, you that, you this. You know what I mean? But he good, man. He a good kid.
Yeah. Does he get excited watching his older twin brothers chase their dreams?
Man, he love them boys. He copy everything they do. Everything they do, he wanna talk. Well, Robbie, I want to talk to Robbie. He love Robbie. You know what I mean? He think he Robbie. He want to be like Robbie. He want to catch the ball like Robbie. He want to play Robbie receiver. So, he love Rob. You know what I mean? Ball, he more of defense.
Right.
So when he talk about ball, he say, I'm going to hit him like Bobby hit him. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy. It's funny though, but it's cool.
Yeah. Being that you're older with lots of more experience as a father, do you feel like you would be able to guide your younger child way more better than you were able to guide your older kids when they were his age?
Yeah. Cause really I'm all he got.
Right.
You know what I mean? So ain't nobody, his mom, she ain't too much caught up with the football thing, so she can't really, it ain't nothing like that father figure. It's different. You feel me? It's different when you can talk to him and break it down for him and show him and get on him. Hey, they gotta hear that other voice. You know what I'm saying? So he ready, man. He locked in.
Yeah, for sure. You recently became a grandfather. Speak on that situation for me.
Oh yeah, man. Me and Robbie, we was there when the baby was born, man. Great baby, man. You know what I mean? Nice looking, pretty, everything, man. She looked just like her dad, man. So big ups to Rob. Congratulations to that. You know what I mean? Keep working.
Yeah. You also training up and coming athletes with some of your spare time. Speak on that for me.
That's good too, man. It's going good, man. Crazy workouts, man. If you need that work, holler at me, man. Inbox me, message me. We can talk about it, whatever. What's good for you, what's convenient for you. We can make it work. You know what I mean? I just want to help.
Yeah.
Anything I can do to help, but you know how the game goes, so we ain't gonna speak on that, but you know how it goes. So if you wanna get something done with your child or whatever you wanna do, just hit me up, man. We're gonna get to it.
Yeah. On Facebook, you recently spoke on some of the struggles in the black communities being caused by us not sticking together. Elaborate on that for me.
Everybody's so separated now, man. It's crazy. We gotta fight for each other, man. At the end of the day, we lacking. You know what I mean? We doing more drinking and partying than anything. You know what I mean? So We just got to come together and make it right. You know what I mean? And do right. It ain't about us no more. You know what I mean? So it's really about the kids. So, you know what I mean? All I see is everybody drinking and party. It's cool to hang out and have a good time, but, you know, come on, man. You know, too much is too much. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Do you feel like a lot of the materialistic things are holding our culture back from advancing to the next level?
Yeah, that's big time, man. That's big time, man. Material things is crazy, man. You know, people worry about shoes and clothes more than anything, man. You know what I mean? That shit don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? Because 2 years later, they're going to be dirty and going to be outdated.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I don't raise my kids on no Jordan and all that. You know what I mean? My kid, no. He'll get a pair every now and then, but buying them every week, doing all that, making it more important than anything else, nah, it ain't that important because you really mentally messing them up.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm the same way with my son, bro. I totally agree.
You really messing them up mentally because they expecting this type of stuff all the time. Then when you can't do it and they grow up, what they gonna do? They got to go out and get it now. So them become the robbers, the stealers, the ones who breaking that, the ones who keep buying all this stuff. It go hand in hand, man. Growing up, nigga who had everything growing up, like just as a child, not like hustling and getting it because you working hard for that. I'm talking about as a child, like they mama just buying it. They coming to school fresh with all this stuff on, woo. What they got now? They doing something, they either on crack, they either in the street, they ain't got no guidance, they just lost, bro.
Yeah, mentally they couldn't deal with it alone.
Mentally they couldn't deal with the separation of the parents, not getting it.
Yeah, that's real. I done seen a lot of it, with my own eyes, boy. Outside of football, how does Bobby Washington Sr. wants to be remembered?
A hard worker, man. Cool, hard worker, respectful. You know what I mean? Discipline, we kick it. You know what I mean? Always smiling, always laughing. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be that guy. That's it, man. That guy as far as helping kids. And, you know, if Bobby was here, you know, he would have helped him. You know what I mean? You know, conversations like that. You know what I mean? That was legacy I'm trying to leave. I already done left the legacy with the football. Now it's time to leave another legacy with helping.
Right.
But you got to reach out. You know what I mean? I can't force you to talk about it.
Right.
If you ask me, I'll help you. If you're not gonna ask me, I'm not gonna pull it at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's
you know,
real.
it's all good.
What are some of the things you miss about your childhood the most?
Richmond Heights, man, to be honest. Just everybody just moving out, man. You know, Richmond Heights, knocking all the stores down, closing the stores. You know, a lot of stuff, man. A lot of people moving, you know, a lot of people doing stuff they ain't no business doing. You know, there's a lot of stuff, man. You know, it's just, man, it's crazy, but yeah just, you know.
Shelby Redwine and Jaquan Johnson give back to the kids every year through their football camps. How important is that opportunity for the younger generation?
Man, that's big, man. Congratulations to them boys, man. You know, being on that roster, man. That grind and doing what they love to do. That's most important, that they doing what they love to do. That's good, man. We just need more of that, though. You know what I mean? Not just camps. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got to do more. You know what I mean? Like you gotta get out here and start reaching these kids, man. You know what I mean? You gotta get out here and do more than the camp. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do other stuff. So, you know, that's on their time. You know, that's not my time. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm just speaking on from the outside.
Yeah, you know, you're a little older, so you know, an area that another younger person might be slacking in, you know, our advice can help them and open their eyes to it.
Right. See, to be honest, I'm the last really hood nigga who really came out of Richmond High, who was really just out the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it was different for them. They wasn't too connected to, they is connected to Richmond Heights like that, but they not as I was. So it's different, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we was kind of doing our thing, you know, with the zoo crew and stuff like that. So it was more, I had more, let me see, I had more connections with everybody else, man.
Right. You were more tied in.
I could have saved a lot of people.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could have saved a lot of homies that went left. I could have saved a lot of people, you know what I mean, from going to prison or being in prison. I could have helped them. You know what I'm saying? Because they were my friends.
Right.
They wasn't really like my friend, they was my brothers. So when they went astray, if something would have happened, it would have popped out right, they wouldn't be in that position because I would have helped them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, that's one thing I take to the grave with me right now. You know, I feel bad for that shit because I feel like if I would have did what I had to do, my homeboy wouldn't be in there serving life sentence. I was being there serving 30, 40 years. Like doing other stuff. I'd have been able to help them boys. You know what I'm saying? Bro, don't worry about it. You ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go chill, come out of town with a nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So, you know.
Yeah, that's real, though, dog. Congratulations on being hired as a new running back coach at Westminster High School. How has that experience been so far?
Oh, it's been great, man. They shot me the other day. We came out and played a great game, man. We just had a lot of injuries start going on, a lot of cramping, you know what I mean, for our team. But all in all, man, we played great. You know what I mean? Great head coach, great staff. It was a great experience for me, man. You know, at the private school, so we fought. We hopped out 26-6. We supposed to blow them out, man. The injuries started creeping up on us, man. Them cramps and all that, you know, it's very hot now. So, you know, them cramps catching up with us and stuff like that. So we don't have the depth that everybody else have. You know what I mean? So once 2 players go down, it's like, man, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's all good. You know, we're going to shake back this week, you know, and get that win.
Are you taking time out to recruit kids to join you over at Westminster?
Right now, we have an opening in October 15. You know, you want to sign your kid up to Westminster. So here you go right here. So when we put this video out, we put an interview out, you can pay attention to it on October 15th. If you want your child to get opportunity, you know what I mean, a good opportunity to meet new people, be around a different atmosphere, it'll be good, man. You know, we here, open arms.
Yeah. And you know, man, to wrap this interview up, man, you know, I got to ask you this question, man. Not including yourself, coming out of high school, who was the best running back ever to come out of Dade County, in your opinion?
Me. But nah, for real, me. But I never really looked into nobody like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I never really like focused on. I just mimicked their games.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I never really looked at somebody like just being better than me. So when people talk about the best running back, I just really don't say nothing. You know what I mean? Some people throw my name, some people don't throw my name. I really don't care, cause like I just took game from everybody.
Right.
So it really don't matter to me. You know what I mean? Because I just took the game. I soaked the game up. I just watched them and took it. They did a move, I did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They still fun, I did it in that way. So really, I really don't even have a clue, really, to be honest. But you know, Troy Davis' name always come up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I respect him a lot. He ran, you know, he was tough. You know what I mean? So, you know, I always say Troy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. The last question, man, to wrap it up, man. At this point in life, what would you say is the most valuable lesson you have learned about surviving?
Just being consistent, man. The most thing is just being consistent, just being for the people who you love, man. That's really all. That's all. It really all what matters, man. You know what I mean? Nothing else don't matter. Just being there for the people who you love, man. Doing what you got to do as a man.
Yeah. I appreciate you for your time, man. Anything you want to leave with the kids or say to your family, anything, man, to wrap this thing up?
They know it's much love, man. All the kids, stay positive, stay focused. You know what I mean? Keep striving, keep working, put them guns down. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do nothing for you, man. They giving away too much money right now. Go get some of this money, man. NIL deals, all these deals, these guys got cars they not paying for. They got everything, man. So why would you want to shoot somebody when you can go get some money? You know what I mean? So just think about what you're doing and take care of your mama, your family, and your sister, and stop all that struggling, and y'all can be all right. So that's it for my interview, man.
Appreciate you, bro.